Good evening to all the respected dignitaries, participants. Welcome. Welcome to the day 3, batch 2, career counselor. Be a certified
Good
career
evening.
counselor. ISVP is the world's biggest association, and it is providing aspiring counselors, educators, principals, edu leaders, directors, edupreneurs, coaches, parents, students, individuals an opportunity to master coaching skills and apply them in the best way. So that is a reason that International Confederation of Worldwide Principal is a very important and strong organization and is bringing a revolution in worldwide education. You see, these 2 days, the first day with our amazing principal Radhika, yesterday with Sir Ravi, and today we have the day 3, our last day, and we have another amazing speaker, trainer, and she is most well-known Ashwini Pansare. Dr. Ashwini Pansare is a senior teacher, academic coordinator, and the principal of CBCE schools with more than 15 years of experience in teaching and execution of various curricular and co-curricular activities associated with the teaching learning process. Her profile is really rich. She's currently holding this position of the principal at the Bell Siva English Medium School, affiliated school in Vakat Pune since June 2020. Seasoned in carrying of the process of the school affiliation, the process, the management techniques, facilitating the smooth management of the curriculum, innovative approach to the changing paradigms in the field of education, competency-based education, and experiential learning strategies, training sessions for teachers, students, internal and external audits. She is a trained teaching science and biology in the secondary school, soft skill trainer, co-author, certified career counselor, certified mentor, motivational speaker, observer of the CBCX practical examinations. She is high vision English in medium school, junior judge. So big experience, education. What to say? She has a master of science. She's now a doctorate honorary on the last convocation at the International Internship University. She attended so many seminars, she wrote so many publications, research papers, so many awards, accolades. So Abul Kalam Award, Mahatma Gandhi Global Peace Award 2022, Excellence Award 2022, Best Global Principal Award, Global Principal Award, Teacher Day Award, and so many awards. Today, it is our honor to have an uh, let me to start her session. Welcome, welcome. Where is our trainer? Our trainer, welcome.
She has joined already.
Yes, but where is she, Dr. Snikta? Please, Ashwini, I'm calling you. You can start.
Yes, hello, ma'am.
We want to thank before our great Ashwini start Dr. Snikta Kadam for this training session, for this 3 amazing days, for this career counseling workshop and training, and also the mentors training. Dr. Snikta, thank you so much.
Nada, it was not possible without the support of you all. You are my strong support. And I'm very proud to announce that even Professor Nada, she is one amongst the trainer for the mentor development program, which will be commencing from the next weekend. So do not miss that opportunity as well. Thank you, Professor Nada.
Thank you. And yes, here is our great Vice Chancellor with us, Professor Charles. Welcome. Our great counselor, Dr. Elizabeth, all. And yes, we want to thank to our Sir Piyush Pandit for giving us this opportunity. Welcome, Dr. Ashwini. You can start your training session the last day. 3.
Yes, very good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all the worldwide educators. My screen is visible, ma'am.
Not a full screen. Not a full screen.
Now?
Yes, great. Great.
Screen. Yes. Yes, all the educators now welcome you all for day 3 career guidance and career counseling session. So last day subtopic is major tools, tests and techniques to be used in career counseling. So welcome you all. Which are the major sources of career counseling? The process of counseling comprises of certain concepts. They are as follows. So we'll see one by one. The first one is readiness. The counselors are majorly of 2 types. That is, one who voluntarily seeks the assistance and the other who are referred through some sources. The counseling presupposes a desire on the part of the counselor that makes him come for the assistance, that is come for help for solving the client's problem. This desire is referred to as a readiness. Can see the next point, counter will. People usually experience the difficulty in asking for help and accepting it because they are unwilling to face the consequences of change or an admission of inadequacy or failure. The negative feeling that holds back one from seeking help is referred to as a counter will. Here we can see the case study. In this case study, the different facts about the counselor's past and present life. However, the focus of attention varies from case to case. The next important tool is rapport. It's a warm, friendly, and understanding atmosphere created by the counselor, which is catalytical in the formation of an effective counseling relationship with the client. Warmth of the relationship and feeling of trust which grows out of unconditional acceptance are important in contributing to the establishment of rapport between the counselor and client. Transference. It refers to the transferring of emotions by the counselors originally felt towards someone early in life. The clients are encouraged to express his or her feelings and emotions freely. The counselor acknowledges and appreciates these feelings and handles in a therapeutic way. Now we'll proceed for counter transference. This occurs when the counselor projects their unresolved conflicts upon the counselee. When the counselor feels uncomfortable and experience feeling of an anger, resentment, or become over emotional, this is unhealthy. The next tool is resistance. It refers to the counselee's move to oppose the counselors, to work towards to set the goals. And this influences the counseling outcome positively. Resistance ranges from open hostility to passively resistant and a behavior like being late for an appointment. Which are the counseling techniques? Here we can see some of the most important counseling techniques you are likely to use in your counseling sessions. The counselor has to possess a certain essential skills in order to deal with the clients. The 4 essential counseling skills are as follows. Rapport building. So this is the one and first important vital role while counseling. Next is listening, then questioning. Here we'll see the one by one. Rapport building. Irrespective of the type of counseling or therapy you practice, whatever the model of counseling that you are working with, if you do not have the rapport with your client. So here relationship building matter. The meaningful change is unlikely to occur. To work well with a client, we need to establish the rapport with them. Then the work can done be easily. The rapport means a sense of having connection with the person. Imagine that the rapport as the highway that connects the client and counselor. Building this highway will allow the mutual transmission of information from the client to the counselor, and it ensures that the transferred information reaches its destination so that it can be further processed and assimilated. So here, the two-way communication is necessary for rapport building. Without the highway, information can get lost in translation or could be misinterpreted. The building rapport with your clients is one of the most important counseling skills to possess. In order to build the rapport with the client, the counselor needs to become ready, prepared, honest, dedicated, and to be there for the client, putting their overall issues and problems out of the way for the duration of the session. So here, counseling and counselor relationship should be maintained, and completely in the professional environment, they should be made a safe and trustworthy, which includes the making, setting appealing, offering a restful, clean, uncluttered, and pleasant setting, which can provide a comfortable sitting and perhaps a cup of tea or coffee, and ensuring that there are absolutely no intrusions and that the room is soundproofed in order to make the setting private to avoid the unavoidable circumstances as well as disturbances. Being aware of who the client is. Here, it includes for second and follow-on sessions, knowing the client's basic information like they must know the name, remembering the key things about their issues through taking the time to read last week's notes. Here, offering the empathy by making an effort to be there with and for the client whenever required, and trying to see how the client feels about and sees the things which is likely to be present or to be different from the counselor's perception. Having an accepting manner, the counselor must remain unshocked whatever the client brings to him. He should be non-judgmental. However much the client should offer unconditional positive regard to the client. However they have been behaving and maintaining the respect for the person, though not always condoning the behavior. Being unrushed, allowing the client time, this can be done by letting the client say with whatever the feelings come up without trying to solve all the problems at that moment in hurry, and by being patient with clients who find it hard to talk about themselves. Let them take their time to talk. So here the counselor must have specific time of patience. If the rapport is established with the counselor, the client will definitely grow and the trust as well. The counselor and a good foundation is laid for the real growth and healing too. It occurs, and following are the few counseling skills that are used to develop the rapport with the client. Which are the different skills? So here, the first skill is active listening. Listening is very important because it also helps to ensure about the client's feelings, what client feels that they are being heard. To do this, the counselor must also respond respectfully. The counselor must use his active listening skills to understand the client and their story. So here we can say two-way communication is very important to understand the doubts from both the sides, especially from client. Before making any attempt at an intervention, demonstrate to the client that you understand whether they are coming from. The next and one of the important, that is the use of silence. It enables us the client space to process their thoughts and feelings without any distractions. So here also the listening skill is very important without making noise, without anger. So use of silence is one of the important skill during the session or during the counseling and counselor communication. Reflecting and paraphrasing. It will allow the client to perceive that they are being understood completely and they have the importance. So the next important skill is watch your speed because time management is very important. Your speed of intimacy, that is more time would be taken by clients in order to build the trust depending on the client's culture, background, the personality, and to discuss the more personal and sensitive issues. So in order to assess the trust level, pay attention to both the content of what the client is sharing because sometimes some clients will only share the surface level details at first and then the client's body language as they serves as important indicators to depict how much the client is ready to share. It's important to be aware of these non-verbal signals because no all the clients will clearly verbalize their discomfort. So these skills are very important. The next one is treat the client with respect and so obvious, but from means while doing the contact, very first contact, treat the client as an important person. So respect with each other. This can be done by starting the sessions on time. Punctuality should be matter. Dressing professionally, having paperwork ready for them because without paperwork counselor cannot explain the exact topic and whatever the doubts which are coming from client. So that's why paperwork is very important. Respect their time as much as you value yours, and that is very important not only in the career counseling but in our entire life. Watch your client talk and become aware of their communication style. A wise teacher once said that as a counselors closer to wellness, as a counselors, we were like tuning forks. Our jobs were to get the client to come closer to wellness or normalcy to be in tune. So we should try to match our clients. Communication rhythm. So communication rhythm means during which time or during the communication, counselor should be aware for their sound level as well as the type of communication and communication rhythm, but stay a little bit to the center. So for example, for hyperactive clients, we stay on the calm side of the hyperactive. Often the client will mirror our style and thus begin to calm down. Be competent because the best way to destroy a counseling relationship is to be incompetent. If you do not know what you doing the client is not going, ensure you have received the proper training and experience before tackling the client's issues. And it's totally depend on them whether they want you or not. So this is also the one and very important skill in the counseling. Now we'll see which are the steps involved in the listening. Listening is one of the most valuable counseling skills in the therapeutic relationship. It can be used in three ways. First one is attending with patience, because without attending, we cannot clarify the doubts related to our problems. Active listening is very important. Means during the counseling session, if you are 100%, your concentration physically, mentally, psychologically, and that is nothing but the active listening. And then the verbal listening. It means again the two-way communication. Whatever your doubts, whatever your clarifications, problems, you can talk with them. Questioning is also the one and very helpful for maintaining the surrounding, for maintaining the enthusiastic environment in the therapeutic environment, because they helps us to learn more about our client. Here we can observe the reflection. The type of questions that the counselor asks will help to set the tone of the session and the entire counseling process. Which are the kind of questions and which are the types of questions can occur in two forms. There are two types of questions, open-ended and closed one. So a closed questions is usually the one with one particular response, and it's the practice of asking a question that can be answered as a simply yes or no, or correct and incorrect. The closed questions are generally avoided in the counseling relationship as they do not encourage the deeper exploration and they are more prone to superficial information. The next kind of question is open-ended. An open question is necessary to gather the information, because here we can elaborate the information. It's elaborative by nature. An open question is one that cannot be answered with a simply yes or no. So here the description, and it requires the reflection or exploration on the client's end. Every open question should be intentional and therapeutic. The best open-ended question begin with how and what, because this type of questions serves as a source of providing descriptive and more comprehensive approach to clients' problems. So counselor also will counseling accordingly in the form of subjective manner. In the counseling environment, we can see the counselor attention is focused on the client's feelings, client's verbal expression at all the times, and there occur many occasions on which we respond perhaps by offering just a nod of the head without really listening to what is being said. But in a counseling situation, a counselor not pay close attention and check that a client is not agreeing with a suggestion without actually fully comprehending what has been voiced. Responding in a positive manner requires not only focus but also concentration and an interest in the other person and also in what is being expressed verbally and emotionally. Because in the counseling session or in the counseling environment, while observing the feelings and verbal expression at all the times, concentration should also be matter and emotions of the client are also the matters. It's a duty of the counselor to provide this kind of supportive service throughout a client's counseling experience and sessions without the use of clear responding and reflecting surface. The level of counseling offered the client will not be sufficient to motivate and encourage the client to continue with open disclosure, and which is an essential step in the process of counseling as we discussed earlier. Responding would be making the use of active listening techniques. You can rephrase what someone says to you, and you cannot nod for eyes or a no in acknowledgement. You can take part of what they said and ask a question specifically about their words, which is called as the clarification and clarifying to keep the conversation ongoing, or you can affirm what they said. Anything that lets them know they are being heard and you are present to make them feel better. Mostly, you have to remember to only what they are saying and try not to create your own ideas when responding. Let their words drive the conversation in order to find the perfect solutions to their problems. So here, they both have to respect with their communication or with their concentration. Which are the testing techniques? Here we can proceed with the two types of techniques. The one is psychological testing. Psychological testing may sound intimidating, but it's a design to help you, because here the counselee and counselor involvement is 100%. Psychologists use the test and other assessment tools to measure and observe a person's behavior to arrive at a diagnosis and guide treatment. So here we can see intelligence test, aptitude test, vocational test, personality tests. So this kind of testing technique, that is nothing but the psychological testing. The next is sociometric devices. With the help of sociometric devices, we can observe the client as well as the relationship, rapport, readiness, whatever the tools which we have seen previously, we can observe with the help of these techniques, and these techniques which are very helpful in the career guidance. It's a wearable electronic device. Sociometer is a wearable electronic device capable of automatically measuring the amount of face-to-face interaction, conversational time, physical proximity to other people, and physical activity levels using social signals derived from vocal features, body motions, relative location, and we have built several hundred sociometric badges and used them in real organizations to automatically measure the individual and collective patterns of behavior. We can predict human behavior from unconscious social signals. So the sociometer is a device which is very important to identify the social affinity among individuals working in the same team and enhance the social interactions by providing feedback to the users of our system. Which are the advantages of these both the techniques? By studying the choice of students through sociometric device or sociometric technique, the teacher can determine the nature and the degree of social relationship existing among the students. So it's helpful in identifying those who are isolated, the one who is not preferred by any other individual. So these are the testing techniques. First two, we have seen the testing techniques. Now we'll proceed with the non-testing techniques. Moreover, the various types of non-testing techniques are the questionnaire, observation, autobiography, anecdotal record, case studies, cumulative record, interviews, and different kind of checklists. However, the most important among them are the case study, interview, and checklist. Identifying the different types of career sources. So first, while selecting the career, the main and important focus is to select the goal. Then will be getting the different kind of careers and its sources. How you can identify the key terms for a better career. The first one is job. But job is not a career. Second one is career. And next is career connection. So what is the difference between job versus career? A job is the set of work one accomplish as they work. And career is an occupation to which one has made a long-term commitment. So this is the basic and main difference between job versus career. The important note over here, if one does not intend to stay in that field of employment for a long term, then it will be a job and not a career. Which are the sources of career information? Guidance counselors. As an educator, we all know very well in each and every step, the guidance, support, cooperation, as well as counseling is very important while selecting the proper career path. The next one is libraries or librarians. Because you all know that how the reading is important. So which kind of books we have to read for selecting a better career? Which are the local bookstores, which are the national bookstores, which are the international bookstores? Accordingly, we'll be getting the information. Which are the important newspapers that identify the business and organizations that offer the jobs? So consciously, we must know these all the important sources of career information. What are the private employment agencies? Which are the consultancies of private employment? How we can build a better career connections? Meeting someone who works in your choice of career, if offered the opportunity, observe or shadow that person for a couple of days. This is also a very important source for getting the career or to getting the career information. Be an intern, as many schools and colleges sponsor internship programs. Yes, nowadays in the current education system, in the digital era, we can observe this point specifically. So here I can acknowledge the important point. Be an intern, as many schools and colleges sponsor the internship programs, because in internship programs are very helpful to grow a better career. So we can grasp this kind of knowledge, or we can gain this kind of knowledge from the different kind of national, international universities, autonomous universities as per national education policy. Initiate the voluntariness to seek a job that supports people who work in that field. Federal government sources of the information publications. Occupational Outlook Handbook, which describes about 250 occupations. Because normally we all know hardly more than 25 to 50 occupations. But apart from that, which are the different occupations which we can observe through the Outlook Handbook, and which are used to identify the general fields of interest to investigate further. Occupational Information Network is a comprehensive online database of job characteristics, skills, and knowledge required for most of the jobs. Occupational Outlook Quarterly or Monthly, Labor Review are two federal publications that provide the specific information about careers. How taking the internship? So here we all know that with the help of internet options, we can overview different kind of websites which are dedicated to provide the aspiring career professionals and students with relevant, reliable, and up-to-date career and job information. Mapping Your Future is an organization that maintains a website that furnishes extensive advice for the job seekers. The Sloan Career Cornerstone Center is a non-profit resource center for those exploring the career paths in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, computing, medicine, and many more options. Internet search keyword, career information. Here we can see different kind of tools, tests, as well as techniques apart from the basic level techniques. So the first is observation technique, the next one is interview technique, and the third one is cumulative record. The observation technique is not frequently used in guidance and counseling. This is the subjective technique, even it is indispensable technique. For the children, no other tool and technique can be used except the observation schedule. Next is interview technique. Another important technique is the interview technique, which is used for collecting the information about the individual. Because in the interview technique, we can grasp the number of tasks, or we can meet the number of people to gain the knowledge, and accordingly can express our views, can share the ideas with, means like a peer groups. So this kind of interview, his parents and peers or other family members also they can share. It has also some limitations to have the reliable data. What kind of cumulative record? It means of keeping readily available permanent about a child. These data in themselves are likely to aid the teacher in appraising the child's asset and the liabilities. Because sometimes child's liabilities and parents' liabilities are differ. The record can also serve as a source of new knowledge if an analysis of the meaningful relationships among the different items is made. The last one is adjustment inventory, or which kind of schedules are frequently used, which is called as the self-report blanks, adjustment questionnaires, or inventories, and it's impossible to differentiate them clearly from test designed to measure such a personality. The self-confidence is very important in career guidance or career counseling, or while selecting the proper career path. Since most, if not all, aspects of personality are related to adjustment, the purpose of adjustment schedules is to estimate an individual's degree of adjustment or maladjustment. In their preparation, as the series of questions designed to reveal the attitudes, feelings, and the behavior which indicates or indicative of maladjustment is gathered, attempts are made to validate them, and they are administered to a representative group. The different norms are established in the adjustment inventory or in the adjustment schedule. Excuse me. Thus, when the inventory is subsequently administered to an individual, the degree of maladjustment indicated by these responses can be compared with those of the original groups. How to solve the case studies and why case studies are important in the career tools or career techniques. The case study is the most comprehensive of all the methods of special inquiry for use with the maladjusted children or with those who exhibit the unusual but undeveloped abilities. Such a study is often made by a specialist, though teachers are finding an increasing need to use this device in the course of their professional work. The case study is employed in a variety of situations, and it's an attempt to synthesize and interpret the material gathered by the other techniques for the purpose of making an inclusive picture of the individual and of the background factors affecting his life. Here we can see in the case study how the information is varied according situations to situation. And accordingly, the attempt to synthesize and interpret the material gathered by other techniques. Because here, as we discussed earlier, with the help of adjustment, observation, interview, and cumulative types of tools, tests, and techniques of records. So here, the complete analysis of child assets, child liabilities, child attitude, child aptitude, intelligence quotient, different kind of tests. With the help of that, we can observe, and accordingly, the educator can guide them to select a particular goal, to take a particular source of career information, with the help of which website they can take the source of information, which kind of publications they have to use for selecting the proper career path, and accordingly the guidance or mentor ask them to do the particular task, and that is nothing but the different kind of career connections. So here we can clear, or we are clear, means we have clear the many different sources, tools, techniques of career counseling in our today's session. Which are the testing techniques, non-testing techniques, with the help of which kind of devices we can observe the communication, we can observe the 5 skills, how to maintain the rapport, how to maintain the readiness, how to create the readiness. So these are the different types of tools and techniques we have seen in the today's session. How to express emotionally, verbally, active listening. Why active listening is very important? Which are the 3 steps involved in the listening skills? How to maintain a relationship building. So these all the steps we have seen in our today's session. Now we'll start with the open discussion round. So here you can put your question in chat box.
Dear participants, be free. Please ask our Dr. Ashwini what you didn't understand, questions. So today we are finishing. So be free. Ask anything. If something not for you very clear, please open your mic or write in chat, but it's always better when you open your mic and when you speak. Dr. Ashwini, you can stop sharing your presentation so that we can see who is giving up a hand or something. Okay. So let's see. Miss Lolly, Miss Dolly, Professor Dr. Queen, Professor Charles, any questions, please? Dr. Queen, rise ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Hazuri, for this very full, informative presentation. I really appreciate all the things you've shared with us today. I just want to quickly ask a question, if you can clarify for me, please. Can you tell us more about the accumulation of records? I just want to you to explain more to us about the accumulation records, please.
Yes, thank you so much for asking question. Here we can see that cumulative records means which kind of records need to be maintained. As we have seen during the communication, which kind of 5 techniques we have to observe in the two-way communication, or how we can respect the client's expressions, or client can express their views. So accordingly, which kind of conclusions, which kind of doubts, clarifications we have to clear as a counselor from our side. So this kind of cumulative records, like after the aptitude test or after the intelligence quotient test or different kind of test and which kind of techniques they can use for selecting their career, how liable they are. So these kind of records we can maintain. So that is nothing but the paperwork, and with the help of that, we can observe how the client can perform or how he or she will be capture the information and can select for their job, or for selecting their job, or for selecting their career options. So likewise, cumulative records we have to maintain.
Okay, so from these records, that's where we can now, from these records, that's the way we can know exactly how to cancel that child, is it?
That's why we use the two different types of techniques, that is nothing but the psychological techniques as well as sociometer. So here the sociometer can help. With the help of that, we can particularly observe and we can predict and identify the social affinity of that client, or we can say child in terms of education.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Kolegi, please ask.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Dr. for sharing so much insights on the work concept of the counseling, career counseling, the tools and so on, which are very useful. But what I realized is that we have tools that are very deep, that are complex to really master. So I want to know, do you need to work in team as counselors? Do you need to work in team so as somebody has some competence in the psychological tools and somebody in the sociometric tools, okay? Or one person needs to possess all this. It will be quite complex for one person to assess all these parameters of a counselee or a mentee. Okay, so I want to find out. And also one thing bothered me is calling those that you are counseling clients, makes it more of sort of business marketing type. Okay, I want to feel that this is sort of a help to students, to learners, to achieve something great. Okay, calling them clients is feeling for me as a sort of business money issue. Okay, where we have more the intention of helping them achieve something great and contribute to development. Okay, so that's what I want to say. Okay, but the presentation was very clear and the tools are very useful, but just that how to master them as one person or to master them as team, that's what makes me, okay, think about it twice to see whether it is possible. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. It's absolute correct questions, and thank you so much for your information. See, absolutely the what is right time to think about what exactly you know, and which makes a summary of what is important for the child or for that particular client maintain or on their personal level of satisfaction. Because the more you know about your capabilities, skills, or whatever the competencies, the more effective you will be in making the career choices. And that's why the different kind of these tools and techniques, which are definitely works on that. And accordingly, the client can select. Means in terms of business, we can say the entrepreneurship. So it's also completely depends on the psychology of that client, or how the counselor can counsel to that particular client.
Thank you. Understood. Yeah, I hope you are going to share the presentation with us so that we can work on the tools, because just giving like this, it is quite very fast and speedy. Like if you can have the time to really take time to analyze the tools, how we can use them, how we can approach these user approaches for the counseling, that will be helpful. Okay, yeah, that will be very helpful. You can share the presentation with us later on. That will be fine. Thank you.
Any more questions, please? Please ask. Let's be a little interactive. We need interactive session, please.
Interesting. Based on the last questions of Mr. Colliday, I'm really interested in that client. Is there any other name? I'm really showing interest on that. Is there any other name we can call them instead of clients? Or is it just clients? Is there any other name you can suggest?
Hey, please, Mr. Colletti, you have a very noisy place where you are.
Oh, sorry.
In the area of clients, it's always good to use the word clients. It makes the customer or the clientele or whoever you call it, client, or anything you call him, to be happy. Because that word client, it carries a lot of weight. You know, client should be used because it gives the client himself to be happy, sense of belonging. In our dispensation, our period of dispensation now, we want to belong in the society. We want to belong. Whoever is giving us anything, we want to belong. That is what we call collaboration. We want to belong, a way of collaborating. We are working in progress, partner in progress. That's the more reason that client should be properly used. It should be used. You can't call the person, how will I put it? So that name will I put it? Kansei or whatever. Client is the IT way. It's a good name to use. Thank you very much. Okay. Actually, she tried. I need to give kudos to her for the expressions. It's not easy to handle this course. This course is a very powerful course. We have been handling it several occasions, but I thank God for her. She tried. That's why I'm happy to at least to belong. Thank you very much, our good counselor.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aswin. Thank you so much for this great presentation. Thank you, our wonderful Professor Charles. Thank you for clarifying, because I need clarity. I'm a good learner, so that's why I asked. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Any more questions, please? Please be free. We have so many participants here. So many participants. Manana, Manina, Nana, Lali, Marika, Maka, Yala, Maya, Irma. Beautiful Georgian names. Beautiful Georgian names. Please.
I see hand. College.
Yes, he already asked Inga. He already asked. Yes. So let's today get a conclusion why we need to be a career counselor. This is my question. Why it is important to be a career counselor. So dear participants, why are you participating in this training session? What motivated you? What inspired you to be a career counselor?
Can I go ahead? Can I speak?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so the reason why one would like to be a counselor, or for myself, I want to be a counselor, is that we've realized that many people have made the wrong choice in the option of the career they want to pursue or the job that they wanted to do, because they have not had the necessary counseling for them to help them to realize their capacities, their qualities, and their weaknesses, to see where really they will be useful and they will really be competent and do a good job. So this has lasted for a long time for developing countries, and it is still lacking. Okay, when you go to schools, we don't really go to the background of the child to see what are the skills, what are the competencies, what are the talents of the child, and direct him, okay, toward the work or the job that is suitable for those aptitudes for him to be performant once he decides to go in this field. Okay, we let the children decide just by chance or just because they see somebody who is doing this job, they want also to do it because they are interested in, okay, maybe the money that is paid there, okay, not realizing whether they are good at that or whether they are good in other domains. Okay, they just go blindly to some areas, some domains, that because either there's money inside or they don't have other opportunities or somebody has spoken about it and they are just interested. Okay, so counseling will really help our youth to really take into consideration all the parameters that come into the choice of a job. Okay, so that once they chose it, they'll feel really happy about what they're doing. They will not have this stress, this constraint on them that they're not happy about it, but maybe because of money, because they don't have other choices, they are just there to just do something. So counseling will really help discover the skills, the qualities, the passion of our learners. And then after that, they can really choose what will be suitable, what to be passionate, they'll be passionate about, what to make them achieve their life and be self-fulfilled. Yeah, that's what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, respected Koleji, for your question and for your answer and for your interactivity. You are so active. We see that you want to be a learner, an amazing learner, like all here today, but they don't want to communicate. We need this skills, communication skills, please. Today is our last day.
Live on BBC One and iPlayer.
Okay. Oh, if we don't have no questions, it is time to finish this session. 3 amazing days. Thank you. We want to thank to our great trainer today. It was really amazing, this 3 days session. We learned a lot. We will have all today also this recording, so you can go through this. You can stop always. So you can always stop slide whenever you want to see, read what you want. Also, be free in the group. If something is not for you, if you have questions, maybe tomorrow, day after, be free. Ask our trainers; they will answer you. So congratulations, trainer. You are a counselor. So this certificate is really recognized all over the world. We hope that you will use it, it will help you in your work, in your career, in your work with the students, in the education, and not only in education, everywhere, entrepreneurs, manager, medicine, in any field, it can help you. I want to thank our great sir, Piyush Pandit, for giving us this opportunity, for great IIU, strong IIU, and amazing our CEO, Dr. Snitka Kadam, for organizing this training session, these 3 days. So today is finishing the batch 2 after a very successful batch 1. Today a batch 2. Hope next month batch 3. Please be free, contact, share with your friends, share with your colleagues, because this is very important. Your CV, your knowledge is richer, your CV is richer, And as I said, you never know who will call you to be a career counselor, because we see that the curricula is every day changing in Europe, in vocational education, in the national policy education. So this is something very important that you can use. Also, for a few days, we are coming with the mentors program. Uh, be a global mentor, because these two things are different. But if we look like a statistical, there is a strong and positive correlation between being a mentor and being a career counselor. So if you didn't finish it, please join us at the mentors program. So if someone have anything to say, please, the last words. Are you satisfied? You can write in the chat. With these 3 days, we see that so many comments we have here. Here, like example, I will read. Thank you so much, Sir Piyush Pandit, the founder of IIU, for giving us all opportunity to learn again and again and be an effective leader and communicator. Thank you. Thank you, respected Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. Thank you, Nina. Thank you all, because here everyone write in the chat, great and thanks and informative session and well done, and wish you success. Yes, we wish you all the success. So now this is not, I can say this is not our last meeting. Please be with us. IIU is offering you so many opportunities here with our strong team. Today with us, I will repeat again, our Vice Chancellor, Sir Professor Charles, our Europe head, Professor Inga Karchalava, our counselor, Dr. Queen, our organizer, CEO, Dr. Snitka, me, Professor Nada, the co-founder of IIU Europe, president of Research Center. We are all here for you. And what we like to collaborate because we are here for education. So be free, contact us, stay with us. For every country, we have a group. Every country has a group. We have the global group, and for each country, a group. So once again, thank you. Thank you for, and big congratulations in the name of our Dr. Snitka. Also, I want to congratulate you all for being with us and for finishing this batch to being a career counselor. Till our next meeting. In the group, you see Dr. Snitka put a forms to write, correct the name. Also in the group, we will put all in this video from today, and be free to ask anything you want. Till next meeting, stay safe, stay healthy. And yes, today is Sunday, not a lot of Sunday, but enjoy in the rest of the day. Bye. Bye-bye to all.
Thank you very much. God bless you, my sister.
God bless you, my Professor Charles, and all here today. Yes, yes, we can.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we can. This today, the conclusion is, yes, we can.
Yes.
Please join us in 3-day session, 29, 30, and 1st February. Our great Dr. Queen Elizabeth is having a training session about the positive mindset, teaching that. So please join us, 3 days.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Professor. Nada, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all our great learners. We've really learned a lot today. And also want to express our big thank you to Dr. Aswani for this great insight. I've been counseling and mentoring and coaching for many years, but I can guarantee you that today I have learned a lot of new skills and techniques. So thank you. Learning is living. Learning is lifelong. You cannot stop learning. And the more you learn, the more you are gaining. And thank you for Sir Professor Piyush. I hope I got it right this time.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Elizabeth ma'am, for your words of appreciation.
Thank
It's
you.
all possible because of you all strong team, your support, guidance, always effortless cooperation. And because of this only, now it's, for me, it's a learning time. So thank you all IIU and ICWP team for your cooperation.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And also I want to seize this opportunity to say thank you, my mentor, Professor Charles. Thank you for your great mentorship.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Dr. Inga. Thank you for being our leader here in Europe. Thank you so much. And all our great leaders, Ambassador Joel, it's good to see you again on this platform. Sorry, I just like to appreciate people. I'm sorry if I'm spending a little time to acknowledge all our great leaders on this platform, but I really appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And goodbye.
For our great Dr. Queen Elizabeth. Yes, you were never done. And yes, once again to our great Dr. Ashwini for today's session. So,
thank you, Nada ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you all. It's well with us. Now we are going out there to touch life, to influence life, so that people also will be transformed. We're going to tell people about this course, this program, so that they will join next month. We are now a counselor who will share our impact, give life to people, give hope to people, inspire people, make people happy. Since you are happy, let people be happy. Invite people to come and do the course, and we all be happy. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Yes, God bless you, Professor Charles. Yes. So, today we are finishing. Once again, stay safe, stay healthy, and let's continue working and growing together. IIU is a revolution. IIU is bringing a revolution in education, and be with us.